My dear children, now we have the second part of the lesson, How the Camel Got His Hump by Rudyard Kipling. See, part 2. The jinn remonstrated with the camel who said hump. Remonstrated with means complained to. The camel's beautiful back suddenly grew a lump, which was the camel's hump. Lump means hump. The jinn assured the camel his hump would always be a help, not a hindrance. Hindrance means obstacle. The jinn rolled himself up in his dusty cloak. Dusty cloak means cover of dust, and took a walk across the desert, and found the camel looking at his own reflection in a pool of water. "My friend," said the jinn, "what is this I hear of your doing no work?" The jinn sat down with his chin in his hand while the camel looked at his own reflection in the pool of water. "You have given the three extra work ever since Monday morning, all on account of your idleness." Idleness means laziness. Because of your laziness, you have given extra work to the three. "From Monday onwards," said the jinn, and he went on thinking with his chin in his hand. "Humph," said the camel. "I shouldn't say that again if I were you," said the jinn. "You might say it once too often. I want you to work." If I were in your position, I shouldn't say that word again." Who said? The jinn said. "You might say it once too often." Once too often means beyond someone's tolerance. I cannot tolerate. I want you to work. And the camel said, "Humph" again. But no sooner had he said it than he saw his back, that he was so proud of, puffing up and puffing up into a great big hump. Puffing up means expanding and expanding a big hump on his back. "Do you see that?" said the jinn. "That is your very own hump that you have brought upon your very own self by not working. Today is Thursday, and you have done no work since Monday when the work began. From Monday onwards, you are not doing any work. Now you are going to work." "How can I," said the camel, "with this hump on my back?" Camel said, "I cannot do the work with this hump on my back." "That has a purpose," said the jinn. "All because you missed those 3 days. You will be able to work now for 3 days without eating, because you can live on your hump. And don't you ever say, 'I never did anything for you.' Come out of the desert and go to the tree and behave. Behave well." Behave here means behave well. Talk properly. And the camel went away to join the tree. And from that day to this, the camel always wears a hump. We call it hump now, not to hurt his feelings, but he has never yet caught up with the 3 days that he missed at the beginning of the world, and he has never yet learned how to behave well, how to talk properly, how to work well. So still the camel has the hump on his back. Rudyard Kipling is an abridged version. Now we see the explanation. The jinn found the camel in the desert. He was looking at his own reflection in water. The jinn asked him to work, but the camel said, "Humph only." But as soon as he said this, he saw something strange. He saw his beautiful back was puffing up, expanding. He was very proud of his back. At first he was very proud. Now it turned to be very ugly. Now it became very ugly. The jinn told the camel that it was his own hump. He himself had brought it upon him by not working, because you were not working, so you got this. The jinn ordered him to work, but the camel said that he couldn't work with that hump on his back. The hump was a big hurdle for him. Hurdle means obstacle. The jinn told the camel that the hump had a purpose. The camel had not done work for 3 days. He would always be able to work for 3 days without eating. He could live on his hump. That is the purpose of the hump. The jinn asked the camel to behave properly. From that day onwards, he had to start, but he didn't start. The camel went away to join the tree. From that day onwards, the camel always has a hump. But he has not caught up with his 3 days. He didn't compensate those 3 days. He had missed them at the beginning of the world. He has not yet learned to behave well also. Understand? So he couldn't compensate those 3 days he missed at the beginning of the world, and he has never yet learned how to behave properly. Now we see the comprehension check. First question. The camel was looking at his own reflection in the pool. What does it suggest to you about the camel? Answer. It suggests that the camel loved his own image. He considered himself very charming. Second question. The camel said humph repeatedly. How did it affect him? The humph ultimately became his hump. You can write in your own way. What, according to the jinn, was the use of the humph? According to the jinn, the hump had a purpose. It was full of food material. With its help, the camel could survive without food for 3 days. Question 4. He has never yet learned to behave. In the light of this, what is the writer's opinion about the camel? In the opinion of the writer, the camel is still a very arrogant animal. He didn't learn to behave well. Understand? You are supposed to write these answers on the back page of your notebook. Thank you.